And then after that,
1-2 rounds in the first 5.
Yeah, what do you think?
Oh, come on, man. He shut out the first 5. Lost the 6.
What?
Shut him out. Didn't get touched.
I thought this should have been a stoppage. I thought either let him finish punching by jumping in to stop the action and give him a count and then give him 20 seconds. I thought that was terrible. Some of the worst refereeing in such an...
Tyson actually was cruising at one stage, but then he let it slip and, a lapse in concentration, then he got caught with a good shot. And then that was the pivotal moment probably, but I think it could have gone either way. It was very close. They obviously thought they won it, the Fury camp, and I understand that, but it was close. I actually had it 114, so it was a point either way.
It's only fights, we know how good he is. Tyson Fury, we know how good he is as well. Both unbeaten. I know that Fury had that draw against Deontay Wilder, but this was a close fight. I thought it was going to be close. I did say close points, Usyk to win a close points fight, or maybe even a controversial draw, and that's almost exactly nearly what happened.
Beating Tyson Fury, Oleksandr Usyk became the undisputed, undefeated heavyweight champion of the world. The split decision has also split people, and they have different reactions to this showdown. On the 18th of May, we had the fight that is going down the history with Oleksandr's name in golden words. With so much excitement, thrill, and energy, it has got everyone talking about it. Kell Brook shared his thoughts while talking to a private channel. When asked, "What did you make out of this fight?" his response was as expected. "Drama, man. Totally drama. In one of the rounds especially. I had Tyson Fury 2 rounds up to win that fight. I think it was close. It's done to see in which way. But for me, I thought he did enough. I thought he would nick in the early rounds, but he did enough to capture it in my eyes. He was completely in awe of Fury's resilience. With this fight bringing everything to the ring, it lived up to the hype created around it. It gave everyone chills. It gave everyone the spark they needed from a boxing match." Then came round 9, which was definitely something to talk about.
Talk about that round 9. Did you think it was over for Tyson in round 9?
I thought he's. We're talking Tyson here. You've got to nail him to canvas to keep him down. So I knew once he got through that fight, that round, I knew that he's very fit and his recovery would be good, and he'd get through the fight, which he did.
Think he can do.
Like everyone else, just after the fight, Matt Macklin looked surprised and captivated by the energy and aura of the fight. His opinion was not split, and he expressed complete contentment with the results and how the fight went. Giving his reviews, he said, "Oh, what a fight, man. For in terms of excitement, wow. I mean, the ring walks. I think the enormity of the occasion, this historic significance, first undisputed heavyweight champion in 25 years." He broke down the fight saying, "Usyk started so well. Just come out, bang, left hands the body. Jabs the body, left hands the body on him, land that big left hook first round, probably with the second third, but then Fury broke the flow of the fight, won 4.5-6. U7 and 8, they were close rounds, they were swing rounds, they probably could have gone either way. And then that was the 9th round that put him down. That was the massive round then, obviously for Usyk. I think round 10, Fury was still shaking it off, and then, 11, 12, I can't remember, but they went and scored it. And I think it was one apiece, but what a fight, man. What a fight. It was everything we hoped it would be, and more. Whether the referee should have jumped in the 9th round or not is still a controversial question. With people being angry, split, or some advocating the decision, Macklin was asked about it too.
If either of them was in that much trouble, this is the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. You got to give the benefit of he was out on his feet, but he was okay. He was moving and trying to avoid shots.
Going in detail for the action and jab that Fury adopted after getting that extremely heavy shot by Usyk, he described how he tried his best to be at his feet, even if he had to take the support of the ropes.
He might not have got hit with as many big shots, but only because he was trying to move out the way of the punches, but his legs weren't there. He was getting caught with a lot of shots. So, the ref was right to give it a 10-8 because the ropes kept him up.
Looked like George Groves. Enjoyed the pace of the game, he said. It ebbed and flowed. It swung one way and the other. It sort of had everything in it of that regard. After not jumping in and giving Fury some time to stand tall at his feet, referee Mark Nelson has become a popular topic. George Groves shared his view about this.
I think the referee must call it like a standing 8 count because the ropes kept him up, which I think he's allowed to do. I think that is within the rules. But to be honest, Fury did look like he was a punch or two away from getting heavily stopped, or at least dropped, or if Usyk had landed a few, the referee could have just as well jumped in and stopped the fight.
Mentioning the sensitivity of the fight and how crucial these kind OG BF matches are, he added, "It was a close decision. I thought Usyk won. It was a close decision, and if it had gone in Fury's favor, then it might be a lot more drama right now after that sort of incident." George Groves also looked fascinated by the twists and turns and the drama around the fight. He admired the way Usyk switched the game in his favor and turned the whole game by almost a KO shot in 9th round. Alongside winning an undefeated champion of the world title, this fight had also earned him great respect and fame, in the matter of days, in the UFC world too. When Groves was asked about the "where does Oleksandr Usyk rank in terms of legacy, pounds for pound status, GOAT status, where would Oleksandr Usyk rank now?" his answer was phenomenal when he put Usyk among the top names of the UFC world. He replied, "He has got to be up there. Pounds for pounds is always hard. That's always the debate to have, because you know you have got Crawford, you have got Canelo, you have got Inoue, so like he is in that caliber. And this in some ways is a pound for pound fight because he has given away so much weight and size and he has still done the job. And yeah, you couldn't say Crawford could go up and beat Canelo. So yeah, I put him out there. Only time would tell in terms of where you place him in all time's greatest list, but he has got to be up there because he is in the modern era of giants, and he has beaten them." Not only the fans are divided at the Usyk vs Fury fight, but some pros were seen talking and sharing their different opinions as well. Russ Amber and Eddie Hearn got into a heated conversation in front of the media after the fight when Eddie Hearn was sharing his point and Russ passed by, and upon asking, he didn't look quite impressed by the style that Fury adopted in such a big fight.
I mean, I thought he controlled it. I thought he was landing the shots clean. He was missing. I thought some of the later rounds were closer because Fury started to hit the target sometimes. They started getting into some exchanges. I thought, oh, okay. But early, missing. He's moving him around, popping him, and not.
But they disagreed at some point, and things took a little serious turn when Eddie said,
But congratulations.
I don't see how they could give it the other way, though.
No, I agree. I thought a draw would be the wrong decision. No, but you never know. You've been around long enough to know, like. But you could never have given the fight to Tyson Fury.
Again at the referee's decision, Russ said, "The ref was a little bit, I don't want to say generous, but when he fell into the ropes, he considered that a knock. Or they let it continue, because he bounced off the ropes, you know." The referee controversy wasn't stopping anywhere and affected a lot of boxing enthusiasts when we saw Derek Chisora confronting the referee during a live media talk for counting slow when Fury wobbled on his feet.
The stomping down.
Hey, ref. That was the slowest count in boxing history, bro. You know that. You get your maths right, bro. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is what it is.
Later in the talk, right after the fight at the Ring of Fire, he admired the energy that these two undisputed brought to the ring, saying, "The fight was great. We enjoyed the fight, and Saudi delivered again. The rematch is going to be unbelievable." He had a very interesting envision regarding Usyk's legacy and where he ranks now, which he put forward in his words when asked, "Where does he rank in terms of all-time great heavyweight champion? Tyson told me if he won this fight, he would have been the greatest heavyweight champion of all the time. What do you perceive?" His answer was as interesting as accurate it can be. "Put it this way, if Oleksandr lived in our neighborhood in London, they'll call him a sir, do you understand? But where do I rank him? The gold medalist, MBE. You got Rocky Marciano, Oleksandr Usyk, Muhammad Ali, you know Mike Tyson, all these greaters, and he goes at the top. What is coming up next? A rematch? Would Tyson Fury manage to win that?" While Derek Chisora has mentioned he'd be delighted to see a rematch, Tyson Fury himself was questioned the same in the post-fight press conference. His reply was quite vague as always. He said, "Listen, it is what it is. I can't really say, what can I say? Close fight could have nicked it. Couldn't have whatever. Could have been a draw, who knows? Well, I haven't got the decision, and I am not going to cry about it. We regroup, I'll have some holiday, go home, speak to my wife and kids, and we'll see what I want to do. You know, it is. I ain't boxing in here because I got no money. I box it because I love it. Do you understand? I am 36 in a few months, and I have been boxing since I have been a child, so it is what it is." Going off an event, being the countryman Vladimir Klitschko was super proud and amazingly confident regarding Usyk. When he was asked about the rematch and what he thought who'd win, he was quite straightforward about his point of view.
Do you believe that Oleksandr Usyk wins the rematch again with Tyson Fury?
Listen, we don't care about rematch right now. We're just gonna enjoy our victory.
His emotions and happiness can be seen in his words, and it is quite justified though. His countryman came from undisputed cruiserweight champion to undisputed undefeated heavyweight champion in the world. Talking about the match with the media, he said, "I am proud of Oleksandr Usyk. He made the history. He deserved the win. Respect with Tyson's Fury that he was standing in the night ground. I am just proud of my countrymen. It is very important win for Oleksandr, a more important win for us Ukrainian." The reporter asked him about his confidence and trust in Oleksandr. "Did you always know he was going to win the fight? And did you believe at one point Tyson Fury? He clearly looked captivated by the vibe of the fight when he replied, I don't know, I just had this confidence. I was even saying it before the fight that he is going to be the new Uklaranian undisputed undefeated. With everyone else, Roch Frock also has something to say about the fight, and he has got some serious points. At the start of the fight, according to most of the experts and boxers, the game was dominated by Fury, but Roch Frock thought he felt the presence and pressure of Usyk mostly in the ring. Talk Inf about how Tyson Fury came back into the form in the later rounds, he said.
It was very good. Jab, double jab, started to pick the body shots, and he was landing beautiful uppercuts. That right uppercut, boom, straight on the chin of Usyk. How tough is Usyk? He's just solid.
Ninth round was the spell that has induced its charm on Roch too, and called referee a stinker for not acting smart.
I'm still sort of buzzing off the euphoria of what happened in that round. Tyson Fury was under the cosh. Usyk literally was punching him from pillar to post, from that corner to that corner, onto the ropes. A lot of people were confused. The referee, to be fair, had a bit of...
He broke down the ninth round, which is being called the game-changer round for Usyk. His take was, Fury did really well to survive that round 9, and stay on his feet. But the referee was kind of hesitant and trying to get involved and trying to almost looking like he was going to stop the fight. And when you are fighting and you're letting shots, and I did it against Lucian Butte, he, the referee, was in between decisions. He was a bad referee, and I didn't want to give the referee a stick, but I'll be honest, it was confusing. Bekzus, he was kept up by the ropes, it still classes as a knockdown. In between all of it, it was the referee that was getting most of the backlash, either from the experts or the fans online. Despite all the controversies revolving around the big game, this was a great game. Ex-coach of Mike Tyson, Teddy Atlas, has had his expectations met in the fight. He said, back in the States, we have a thing called the Super Bowl, and there is a lot of hype, and sometimes it lives up to it, sometimes it don't, and it is not a great game. This lived up to it. This lived up to what a fight of this significance and this statue of this historic importance should be, and it really did. I picked Usyk to win, but I mean, it was very close, but the reason I picked Usyk, and at the end, it was kind of telling. While praising Usyk's solidity and determination, he continued, there is one thing we forget about him. The other guy has got the longer reach. He can win it on the outside. I think Usyk would have the advantage of the inside if he could get in there. Backing up his own prediction about Usyk and what he said before the match about him and how it turned out to be true, he said,
Fury, because of the way I laid it out. We had some physical advantages with size, obviously with reach. And at the end, I picked Usyk, and they were like, why? I said, because his greatest talent is the talent that you cannot measure on graphics. You can't measure, you know, with pen and paper. He just knows how to win.
Now, Colin Hart, the most renowned and probably the one who is sometimes pretty brutal about his stances, always thought Tyson Fury would lose it. Now, Usyk has become the new champ of the world, and he has got no one to beat off the ring. Like in the past, he praised Usyk again, saying he was brilliant, and I am not surprised because I did pick him to win. Because I do think Tyson is in decline, and I think if they have to return on October the 12th, you see we win even bigger. The notorious 9th round for the notorious almost KO came here too. When the reporter asked him, do you think that 9th round was a terrible round for Tyson? A lot of people around me are saying the fight could have potentially stopped. He was never reluctant about his answers, and this time too said, it could have been, the bell sounded that saved him from a stoppage loss. He looked up to Usyk this time definitely.
You talk there, you think Tyson's in decline. If not the rematch, what next for Oleksandr Usyk? I mean, he's done it all. I mean, what's left to do?
Who is there for him now? I mean, he can't imagine he'll fight AJ for a third time, but there have been trilogies before, but he lost 2. If it had been 1-1, I could see it. But AJ's lost to him twice. Mind you, if they had it again in London, who knows, but I would still think Usyk would beat AJ again.
Evander Holyfield shared how he has never seen any two big fighters play this brutally and passionately before. Addressing the fight, he said, it was a very interesting fight. Both fighters showed me something that I have never seen. I am with Tyson Fury. That was my first time seeing that man hurt that bad. He showed me he can fight inside as well, and, you know, I am talking about Usyk. That was my first time seeing him get hurt and, you know, he recover as well. So I realized both them guys gave them all. Everybody was pleased with the fight, because both people fought, and it wasn't, you know, when nobody holding on and grabbing all the time. It was a good, clean fight. His take on that one shot at the nose during the 9th round was different, but still with Usyk.
But you doing your very best. But he made the adjustment. And that both of them guys, when Tyson Fury caught Usyk with a shot, man, God, dog, he like, that's my first time ever seeing Usyk. And he made adjustments. So, you know, when both people make adjustment, and that was boxing.
After winning such a big fight, everyone wants to see Usyk ranking. Holyfield described it in quite interesting way.
You know, one thing he can say, when I fight, I'm the only champ. You ain't got nothing to look to, ladies and gentlemen.
How could Ryan Gracia go unnoticed during a UFC event? Right at the Ring of the Fire, encompassed in the media and camera, he promptly gave his reaction to Usyk's win against the Gypsy King, the Giant.
Half out here, pulled it through, but you know, Usyk, they're both rematch cries for me, so I'm happy for both.
Usyk better than you thought?
Definitely. I mean, you know, I don't think he's better than I thought, but I didn't think he could handle that much of a big guy.
One for Fury.
Oh yeah, for sure. He'll be there in the rematch.
Another reaction for the 9th round came when Ben Davison was asked, "Talk to me about the 9th round. It was like a very, very heavy round there for Oleksandr Usyk. It looked like it could have been stopped at some points. He had the same stance as many others. We can say that time acted as the lucky charm for Fury this time to save him from a brutal KO." He said regarding this, "It could have, and I think the timing in the round as well worked out, but Tyson does recover well, so the referee gave him the best of the chances, and he came out in the next round, probably took a round to recover, and he looked like he did recovered, and showed a lot of heart, as well as always." For the rematch question, seems like Ben Davison had listened to what the fighters were talking about in the ring before the match very keenly.
What do you think Tyson does? Do you think he'll take that rematch straight away?
I don't know. It looked like, for me, when they was talking in the ring, it looked like they had an agreement before the scorecards were ran out, where they both said to each other, I don't know if this is right, but it looked like they were saying to each other, if you win, I'll give you the rematch. If I win, I'll give you the rematch. That's a deal.
This was the most thrilling match of the decade that decided the world champion. What do you think the future holds for both of them? Would you love to see a rematch? Write down your reviews in the comment section below.